Hello everyone, welcome to another video on Tutorials Point with me, Richa. Today under the corporate management module, what we will cover is something known as meaning and scope of corporate management. So if you are somebody who wants to lead, administer or direct a team of people or a company, this is a module you should definitely watch out for. So let us see what is there for us on the agenda. What we will cover is meaning of corporate management, scope of corporate management, an acronym known as MOST, and significance of corporate management. So let's get started. So what exactly, friends, is the meaning of the word corporate management? Well, what it means is the process of leading, administrating and directing a company. Business tasks often performed by corporate management might include strategic planning, as well as managing a company resources, as well as applying them towards attaining the company's objectives. So what we are really trying to say is that everything related with understanding your company, your people, your resources, as well as the different departments, how to make everything function in a very fine-tuned manner is what is corporate management all about. So what is the scope of corporate management? Let us understand that. Adopting management strategies within the companies increases the corporate value of the company, as well as understanding what tactics and strategies work for your company or what doesn't work for your company. Corporate activities result in economic profit to the company's stakeholders, such as the shareholders, the employees, and important partners within the organization or the company. Corporate strategy aims at mid to long-term courses of action rather than maximizing the company's corporate overall picture. So what we're really trying to say is that under corporate management, the scope to function is so much larger than one can actually think of understanding it altogether. Well, for publicly traded companies which are really large and they have a particular share in the stock market, for those kind of companies, improvement in the market capitalization will ultimately benefit the company, as well as corporate performance is often analyzed in terms of the profitability ratio. Now, if you are running an organization or a corporate, you definitely want it to have a profitable name in the market, right? So if you are somebody who has a publicly dominant, domain in the shareholders market, it makes a lot of difference whether your company is going to do a lot of profit or whether it's going to be a loss-making company. Mid to long term is part of the corporate strategy definition because it accounts for the integration of corporate activities over an extended time period. Well, what we will now understand is the acronym MOST. In any company or an organization or a corporate management company, what we will understand is MOS and T. Now, M stands for mission of the company. O stands for objectives of the company, what is the long-term result that the company is trying to achieve, and also trying to understand the strategies and the tactics. Well, fear not, we will talk about all of these in detail now. So let's get started with what is the mission. In short, the mission is what the company wants to achieve in the long term. So the vision of the company is something which is also the mission of the company. What is the long-term agenda or goal of the company? So it refers to the fundamental principles or the vision of the company. If, for example, a company says that they want to be the pioneers in the market for that particular product or service, that is what is the mission. If a company's mission is to empower as well as transform its people, then that becomes the mission of the company. Now let's understand the objectives. Well, the objectives refer to specific objectives relating to the mission. So objectives are given a specific time frame under which they need to be achieved. A mission is of no use if it does not have a time limit or a time frame within which the company wants to achieve that mission. So objectives are really time bound and they are basically the end result what the company wants to attain. For example, if the company says that they want to have a 50% turnover in the overseas market within the next 3 or 5 years, that is what is the objective of the organization. So the objective as well as the mission work hand in hand. Let's understand the strategies any corporate company or any kind of business, if it doesn't have a strategy, what it will be is doomed for failure. So let's understand strategies. It refers to a company's plan to achieve or obtain the objective and its content details, its midterm management plans. So what we're really trying to say is the strategies are the plan, what the company wants to accomplish within a 2-year, 4-year or a 5-year, 10-year period of time. These strategies significantly impact the overall company's management, such as any kind of new product launch which a company wants to do, or any kind of new service that a corporate wants to initiate. How it has to do is it has to strategize in terms of how they will go about marketing that particular product, or what kind of strategies will they adopt in order to make sure that they are able to accomplish the mission as well as the objectives of the organization. Now, strategies are of no use if there are no tactics involved in accomplishing those strategies. So strategies and tactics again go hand in hand. Well, tactics refer to the plan to execute the strategies. If you have formed brilliant strategies but you do not have a plan of action to execute those strategies, then well, you are doomed for failure. So tactics are very important because they give a result to your strategies. So the creation and execution of specific plans are often left to the discretion of the divisions. Now, in a company or a corporate, there may be different divisions like accounts team, marketing teams, other kind of event division as well. Now, all these divisions work independently to execute those strategies in terms of the tactic formation. So tactics are the plan of action for that particular company. So what is the significance, or why are we really understanding or learning about corporate management? Let us see that now. Corporate management is charged with the allocation and management of business resources. These resources can indicate or rather include employees, technology as well as equipment. Any corporate which doesn't have employees or doesn't have equipment or technology is not a corporate company at all. So all these three things are important and very, very essential for a corporate management. Businesses needs policies to guide decisions as well as practices. Policies should be specific and simple to follow, yet at the same time have the flexibility. Nobody likes working for an organization wherein the processes as well as the rules are very, very stringent and strict. Everyone likes to work in those companies where there's flexibility given to them. So it's important to understand decision making as well as policies for corporate management. Well, corporate managers establish budgets and financial projections for the business. Well, if it is a corporate, it has to have certain finance that is a rollout for them, as well as certain budgets which needs to be taken into account, because to run a company you need budgets, right? So it also makes sense to have the income as well as expenses within the guidelines of the budgets. The level of financial responsibilities and duties is largely tied to the specific function, and it is important to understand any corporate which really wants to get successful needs to know how much income and how much expenses or the profit and loss of the company or the organization. Connecting various portions of a business through communication, meetings as well as organized processes is required for any business to flourish. So any company or any corporate definitely needs to have a good communication system within its employees. You need to have regular meetings as well as you need to have organized processes so that you can take the company to the next level. Corporate managers establish control within a business through continuous reviews and feedbacks from its people. A company which does not encourage people to give reviews and feedbacks is not really progressing in its lifetime, and rather it becomes very complacent and it's doomed for failure again. So hence it's important to get regular reports and feedbacks from its people. Often corporate management and executives rely on business reports to gain the visibility of the business, weakness of the business as well as the strength area of the business. So hence it's important that you need to really analyze and rather scrutinize your business reports to understand whether your company is doing well, it's making profit, or your company is making big time losses. Well friends, to conclude this particular module on meaning and scope of corporate management, let us take a look. So business tasks which are typically associated with corporate management are strategic planning, managing the company resources and applying these resources towards making sure that you're gaining the company's objectives and principles. So hence it's important to know exactly what all goes into running a company in a smooth and efficient manner. Corporate management refers to all levels of managerial, personnel as well as executives in a business that has been incorporated. Informally, corporate management may refer to the managers as well as the executives that operate from the headquarters of the company or at different other locations. It's important to understand a corporate management can function effectively only once you know that the different people who are running the organization, you have your resources in place, your technology in place, as well as making sure that you are achieving your mission and vision of the organization in a very, very efficient manner. Well friends, I do hope you have enjoyed listening to this particular video. Keep watching more videos coming under the module of corporate management. Thank you for watching us.